today.
Let's not do that. Let's try to be.
Looks are so deceiving. She's so teeny and cute.
No.
Just
Squeezed from the butt cheeks
hell
of
on
Satan.
wheels.
That she is. Looks like we're kicking. I think everything is working. Our candle. I cannot see our candle. I move our candle slightly more into the shot so we can see our
I
candle.
would have thought that was further out of the shot.
You're right, actually. I don't know.
I think the cards are usually this way.
Oh, that's what's going on.
These are
I
usually-
wish I knew what I was doing. I'm dangerous
There you
sometimes. There we go. So good morning. Welcome to Elevensies with Lisa and Anton, the late morning show where we talk about all things witchy. I'm Anton.
And I'm Lisa, and this is Skittle.
Of course, always. She has to. Good morning, Wendy. Thank you so much for joining us. So, it being a Tuesday, it is, of course,
Tarot Talk Tuesday.
Dun, dun, dun. Where we work our way through the meaning of every single bleeding card in the deck. And there's 78 of them, so it's going to take a little while. Although, I think we're done like, what is it, about 23, 24 now? Something like that. I could
A third
count.
of the way, maybe.
Good morning, Gilda. Yes, we are slowly plodding our way through. And we worked out...
Randomly.
Well, it is actually. But that's kind of cool. That's kind of cool that there's no particular order. Maybe there's an order in the order of it itself. If you go back and watching the order, you could probably do... You could do like a reading from the order of the cards that we pulled, you know.
Oh, right.
Well, you could.
You could.
You could, sort of.
Mm-hmm.
Sort of, maybe. Kind of.
Hi, Savannah.
So, yeah, the
Hi,
plan...
Amber.
The plan is to go through every single card in the deck, and I think we worked out that we whittled on for, say, just like 11 or 12 minutes about each card, which I think
you've
we
said
wind
this
up.
a few times.
Well, it bears saying again. It
Okay,
bears saying again.
okay.
There'll be more than 13 hours
hours.
of content all about the tarot. So keep you busy for a while if you really wanted to sit down and watch
She's
that.
trying to look so adorable.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
Adorable. They were moving furniture last night.
It sounded
let me tell
like
you.
it.
They were.
Now, the biggest poo-poo head is Charlotte. With her
Oh.
over there asleep like nothing happened.
Yeah, like butter wouldn't melt in her mouth right now. Yeah. Funny. Yes. Anyway.
Amber
So the
says she's
card.
trying to get to the shop to pick up her book. Oh, okay, you must have a book on hold.
There you go.
Good morning, Pam. The Tarot Talk Tuesday card is the King of Pentacles.
Victoria, hello. I think Victoria joined us for one of our
Lives.
live readings. I think if I remember rightly, but I could be completely wrong. The name seems familiar. Victoria, it's a cool name. So there you go. Yeah. So
Hey,
what
Dee
about?
Dee, I haven't seen you in a while.
Ooh, what?
Ooh, Dee Dee Murphy, I haven't seen her in a while.
Hello, Dee Dee. Right. So yes, King of Pentacles. An interesting card. This. Who should start? Should it be I, or should it be you?
Whichever you'd like.
Well, I'm just going to sit it down there for a second.
Okay.
That it's slightly in the way, but I have to do one thing here, otherwise everything breaks. So
All right,
you
so
can
should
start.
I go first?
You can start. Yes,
All right.
and Skittle can
So
help.
the first thing I like to talk about with the King of Pentacles is to notice that the way this character is seated, they're facing forward. So when you look at any of the court cards, you want to kind of see, are they facing to the past, are they facing to the future, or are they in the present? And this guy is facing forward, so he's in the present. This is how I read them.
That's a good tip. That here
All
and
right.
nows. Yes.
Now,
straight on.
You can see that there's a lot of fertile ground. There's a ton of grapes.
Ooh,
So
right.
some people might liken him to like a Dionysus kind of character, but I think that he really is very grounded for a figure. He's not, to me, Dionysus or Dionysus, however you want to say it, was, hello Anita, was a little bit of a radical.
Yeah. Don't know much about him. It's all great to me.
I think that this character, to me, is a little more stable. And when we look closely at the throne, it's covered with bullheads. So that would indicate that this is fixed earth or Taurus.
Yep, I'd agree.
So that this card is read as the Taurus card, meaning it's the Taurus time of year or a Taurus type of character. So we know that Taurus is given that bum rap of being stubborn. They're actually very loyal, and very set in their ways.
Tell me about it. Tell me about it.
Will the class in October go over how to feel energy? Craft of the Wise is about Wicca and witchcraft.
But it's all about energy, ultimately.
Well,
ultimately.
It's not a Reiki class, if
No.
that's what you're asking. All right. Hello, Linda. All right. So this card, to me, meaning of this card is about making investments. He's holding that pentacle on his lap, and he's got a scepter in the other hand. So he's king of his domain. Haha. And I feel like this card is about someone who's making investments. They are present. They know what they have at their disposal. They understand their tools. And also, this is the very last card. When you go through all, this is the very last card, right? You've got the 22 major arcana, and you've got the masculine suits of air and fire. Then you've got the cups, and this is the last suit, pentacles, and this is the last card in the last suit. So it's kind of like...
it's the ultimate statement.
It is. So this is about being smart with your money, making wise choices, following your gut, staying grounded, and following your will. Because you notice there's a lot of yellow on this card too.
Oh, God, yeah.
And then, again, we see that that the page of pentacles with the red scarf around his throat has kind of now come of age. And the money that he was looking forward to, he now has. So he's still very passionate about his investments. So that's what I think this card means. Invest wisely, know your tools, stay grounded, stay focused, stay loyal, and reap the rewards of what you've sown.
Thank you.
That's me.
All right. Well, pretty much what she said, I think. It's very. I too read this very much as the Taurian card, and I have a dear friend back in England whom I love desperately. So I'm sure he won't mind me saying this, but he was somebody who would seek lots of counsel from lots of people before doing anything, because he's prudent like that. He would take good advice. But he wouldn't take it. He'd just go ahead and do exactly what he was going to do in the first place.
But he'd ask a whole bunch of people.
But he'd ask a whole bunch of people.
Maybe, maybe not. But that's my dad was Taurus, and he was so not like that at all. He didn't ask anybody.
He just did what he wanted. But, I mean...
tried to get other people to do what he wanted, too.
That's it. Yes, so there is a stubborn obstinacy about Taurians, if you will. But bear in mind, Taurians are also ruled by Venus, which is a planet that appreciates the finer things, or brings about that appreciation of the finer things. They don't do cheap and tacky.
No.
Not really. And if you look at this person, they're not exactly cheap and tacky. We've got a lot of class going on here. But there are some interesting things depending on where this card shows up in a reading. This can also indicate negative traits. It might indicate somebody with a substance abuse problem.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, particularly alcoholism.
Because of all the grapes?
Because of the massive amount of grapes, yes.
Oh, especially if it's near the Five of Cups.
Exactly. It said in context. So, they all tell a story together, for example. And this could also indicate, one thing I think, which is the dead giveaway here, if we can see, it's a bit tricky on this one, but it's a lot clearer. I read the universal way, which is pastel, He's got his foot on this statue of a boar. Now, it's interesting that pigs have...
Now we're going on Mabinogi.
Oh, we are. Pigs have got tremendous meaning within mythology. And believe me, Pamela Coleman-Smith knew her mythology. She really did. And so this person is stuck their foot on the pig. Now, this I don't see as a mochen, but more of a huch. And this could be it's all about the money and bugger the spirituality is the thing. And that's like crushing the spiritual heart sometimes. So this can indicate a very aggressive kind of we're going to put a pipeline through your property kind of thing. This sort of stuff can indicate they're very, very, very aggressive, art for art's sake, but money for God's sake. So it can be somebody who's got that degree of arrogance about them as well, especially when it comes to the value of things and not seeing things for the value of things in their own right, but purely what they're worth in terms of pecuniary advantage. So yeah, there are a couple of, be mindful of this card, but all of the positive stuff that Lisa said absolutely plays true here. So all in all, in a reading, if this were to come down to like a yes or no, this is tending towards yes, although there may be baggage with it, but it's tending towards a yes. But yeah, I don't know what else I can say about it. I think we've pretty well covered the King of Pentacles at this point. Yeah. So there you go. That's an interesting. Hello, Sparky. Thanks for joining us.
Well, you might like to look in the Mabinogi about who would be involved with a hook.
Oh, yes.
I mean, is that Isbathodin? Is that Perderi?
Well, maybe. I mean, is this truth,
Truth, yeah.
Yes. Could it be, though? Could it be where, Gwydion sets off to relieve Perderi of his hook as well?
Right. There's
through
trickery, a lot you could meditate on there.
Yeah, there's so much going on here, but it is definitely a card of strong financial
prowess.
I think. Yes, it would be the word, but possibly at the expense of
Well, sometimes you have to step on things to get where you're going.
This may indicate somebody who really doesn't suffer fools gladly either. That they may have that fundamental intolerance problem there.
All right. Now, to avoid Skittle jumping into the candle,
yes,
will you pull card of the day today?
and speak quietly? I can try. Let me see what
Well, no, you don't just speak quietly, but I just don't want to move.
She gets upset if I speak loud, and then she leaps all over the place.
A
card of today is the Seven of Wands. Do you want to go first?
All right. My reading for you for today is take steps to keep yourself even, right? Don't fall backwards today. A lot of stuff may come at you. You might need to pay attention to a lot of different avenues, right? You might have stuff that's emotional going on. You might have financial. You might have health. You might have whatever. But take steps today to keep yourself where you are and not fall backwards. So do your multitasking.
Yes, there may be... anything else, really?
No, that's it.
All right. So yeah, there may be some stuff springs up unexpectedly today. But then again, you expect to be unexpected stuff to... Always expect the unexpected. Nothing here you can't cope with. It is pretty much a game of whack-a-mole or whack-a-mole, whatever you want to call it.
Why mole?
It's like guacamole, isn't it? I'm just playing with words on my tongue because I'm a nut job like that.
Right.
But there's nothing here you can't cope with, and this can actually indicate personal progress, especially in the career path as well. If you're prepared to
stay on it,
if you're prepared to stay on it and bat down the problems that occur, and I think the big giveaway there is that if you look very closely at the footwear, we've got one boot and we've got one shoe. And this tends to be, that move like the boot is somebody would do like, hard work, manual labor out in the fields, whatever, whereas the shoe is far more courtier. Kind of, you're inside, you've got a more cultured job. So this may be an indication, especially if you're looking at, your career, this may be an indication. If you're prepared to do what's necessary, if you're prepared to engage and give it large, that promotion is definitely on the cards for you, I think.
And since it's Tarot Talk Tuesday, I'd just like to remind people that the more you look, the more you'll see.
Oh, yeah.
And there's all kinds of clues and things that are hidden in plain sight for you to glean from these cards and the images that are put there. Again, Anton has said this before. Nothing is there by mistake.
It's true.
They're all little triggers and clues for your subconscious to understand the picture in a whole.
Mm-hmm. Exactly, yeah. And this again, the fact that we've got a blue background there, that is indicative of the communication,
And
the need to
creative force,
communication and channeling your Mercury, if you will. So,
Yep.
yeah, maybe thinking on your feet is a good thing, a message for today. You
Yep,
know, I know we've
exactly.
crossed a
Try
little
to
bit into like, let's read the meaning of this card as well, but it's a good card for today. Expect the
Stay
unexpected,
focused.
stay focused, deal with it, knock it down, and you'll do okay actually out of it.
All right.
You'll do okay. So it's not a bad day. It's
So we
oh
won't
gosh,
see
we
you
were
again
short
today because we have barn cleaning to do.
Oh my goodness! You know what? We should take the GoPro out and
do a
some
little
pictures.
before.
Yeah.
So they can see before and after.
We're trying desperately to save an old barn on our property, which is very old. Believe it or not, it's even older than me. Gosh, was it like?
Don't forget about Celtica. Please spread the
No,
word.
yeah. Well, this is part of our plan for
Anyway.
the barn.
Well, we're not ready to talk about all that yet.
No, we've got some more
But
work
don't
to
forget
do.
to tell 2 friends at least, please, about Celtica today.
Yes. So we'll maybe make some movies today. Maybe if we get a chance.
There we go.
So that'd be good. So thank you so very, very much for watching us. We do appreciate you joining us today. Please do like, comment, and subscribe all over the place. Tell your friends about us. We need to be less of a well-kept secret, and that will help Celtica become a reality. All right. So thank you so much for joining us. Have a beautiful, blessed, wonderful day, and we'll speak to you. Probably see you tomorrow.